The Swiss legend has arrived here in Servette. Lovely finish.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here. In today's episode, 2 games coming up. We're back in the Conference League and hopefully we're going to go and have a very good campaign within it. We have our first game coming up. We're playing against Partizan at home, and then after that we play against the Black Stars away from home in the Swiss Cup, hoping to advance there and start our title defence in very good fashion. Now, since last time out, we've had quite a few games in the league. It's just been, I don't know what's going on, it's been quite poor. We've had our transfer window as well, which we'll take a look at in a second. Where were we last time out? So we had this AK game. Since then, we've had 7 games in total, 3 Swiss Cup. It was 1 Swiss Cup game and then 2 Conference League games. That's 3 games outside the league. And in the league, we've lost every single game. It's just been really poor for us. 3 1-0 losses. This transfer window has been a bit interesting. We still have a lot of money to try and work with if we need to there. In the window coming up, we also will want to re-sign a lot of these boys, so probably that will be the priority for us in the coming weeks. In terms of what we did in this transfer window, we spent a little bit of money, got a few free deals as well in the end, so I think it was an okay transfer window. The first player we brought in was Nassim Al Masoudi. He comes in centre back, can also play out right back, quite a bit of potential, still quite young, very tall, has played a few games with different clubs, most notably with Bayer Leverkusen, and then he had a loan spell with Hansa Rostock there as well. We bring him in, Moroccan international, and it's a decent deal to have made there on a squad player contract as well, which is the important thing. I think we need to prioritise a little bit more, making sure we get this sort of stuff right. We brought in UWCL Onstein. He comes in now. He actually won't be in the registration because, I'm not going to lie, there was a bit of a mistake. We had to have 8 homegrown players, and if we'd have had Onstein in, something with the rules would have been a bit wrong, but he agreed to be a fringe player anyway. I think he wanted to actually be an emergency backup. He does have some good overall abilities, and I'm sure if we do need him, we can bring him into this team. He has played 83 games in his career already, most of them with the GAG junior team, as you can see there. So it is a bit of a shame, really, we can't have him in the team, but out of all the options we had, I feel like he was the one to be excluded for now. But I'm thinking if players will leave, he will get his opportunity eventually. And also, if we have players who are not too much of a fan of who we've signed, we have signed quite a few defensive players, around 4, I think, around 4 of them we've signed. We can take a look at potentially letting some of them go should we need to. The next player we brought in, Javier Fernandez, Spanish international. As you can see there, overall he's a very, very quite complete player, 24 years of age. He's played for a number of clubs, particularly the Bayern Munich second team. He was with the young boys for a few seasons, then just got completely excluded for 3 seasons, but now he comes to us looking to hopefully restart his career. He's already had 3 starts in the league. Overall looking like quite a good player to bring him to help strengthen that midfield. The next player brought in is Hugo Correa Roca. He is Belgian international. I'd like to think he's got some other background as well. He has eligibility. He's totally Belgian. Oh, there you have it. Apparently he is there it is. He is also, he said Portuguese somewhere. I think I've just clicked on the Belgian national team. If we take a look, Portuguese there, as you can see. Probably what inspires the name, but he plays at centre back, another very complete player. Still a lot of potential to work into. We got him on a decent deal from where was it from? It was from Standard, but over in Belgium. So he has played there for a number of years, and it was a good deal to wrap him up with. And 24 years of age, still quite young. We've got quite a few young players who, may not have masses of potential, but if we can really, go and improve them over this season, we could have some very solid squad players in this team. He's agreed to be a fringe player even, which is not always the most exciting thing. It's hard to find a balance between players who want to be a fringe player and then an important player, or even a star player, because the important players are always really good, but then you can't have too many of them. But then the fringe players are usually good, but they agree to that knowing that they probably aren't as good as the important players. But I think we need a little bit more of this. I'm going to skip this signing here because we'll get into that in a second. The next player we brought in is Dominus Revison. He comes in, you may be familiar with this name, actually 177 games played. He was at the start of his career with AZ Alkmaar, a lot of potential, and he has had a very, very good season, or good 2 seasons actually, with Roda JC in the Netherlands. Who are in, is it one of the regional divisions, I believe, it might be the 2nd division, I think it is the 3rd division actually, with saying that, but yeah, he's had a very good few seasons in at striker, and now we bring him into the club, and he looks like a very good attacking player to have for our depth. And finally, I can see him here, the final player we've brought in, absolute legend of Swiss football, 104 caps and 26 goals. You may be familiar with the name. It's Ruben Vargas, 33 years of age. He still looks like a very good player. We've tied him up on a 1-year deal. He's played nearly 400 games in his career for the likes of Luzern here in Switzerland. He had a good few years with Augsburg, and then as well went to Sevilla, got himself a big move there, and he had a good few seasons really, but when his contract expired he did get released as a free agent, and we have brought him in here. A very good deal for us. You need these types of players in the squad every now and again, and it's nice to have come along, and hopefully he's going to have a good season with us. So overall, it's been a decent transfer window. I think we probably will need one big signing in the January transfer window, which is something we should probably start to get nailed on now. Potentially looking for loan deals for some players who can't really play in the squad. I mean, the homegrown rule is a bit of a tricky one that we need to work around. Potentially a big Swiss signing, if that is something we want to go on and do. But there's our transfer window. Let's go and get straight into it. The first game of the day in the Conference League. So the team for this game against Partizan starts with a Strinsky and goal, backline of Kwasi, Meate, Roca and Kudusu. We've got Gurasi, Sigur, Rath in the middle, Zarkalian on the left, Vargas on the right and Ferry up top. Kick off here in this game. Hopefully we're going to have a nice convincing display here. I don't know what it was or what it is, to be honest with us, because we do well in the cup, we do, well in the Conference League, but in the league, I think we had this issue with like Tromsø. I think we nearly got relegated but won the cup, and then did really well in a European competition. I just don't know what it is. Vargas with the shot there. The Swiss legend has arrived here in Servette. Lovely finish, and that is nice to see from him. I think it's a very, very good signing we've made. He's only agreed to the 1 year, and even if he leaves after the year, I think we could get, we could get 10 goals out of him. Probably gives us a lot of experience, and I think he's gonna also be very happy here, being in his home nation. So it is a very good signing to make. Vargas is obviously, he's a notable name. If you watch a lot of he's definitely played in Euros and World Cups and stuff. You will recognise the name from that, so it is a very nice signing to make. And I just like, when you go around all the different nations, obviously Switzerland is a bit of a niche nation, if you get what I'm trying to say, and it's nice to sign one of the legends of the country who has made over 100 caps at this point in his career. Here's Rath on the ball. He plays an interesting ball out wide. It tries to find Zarkalian. We have a very different team to the one that was at last, but it could work out for us here. Segura is dispossessed there. It falls back out for Nacho. Ferry in the middle, of course. He scores. He was here last season, and all he ever does is seem to score. He's had a bit of a slower start, but I think he gets I don't know what it is, when he doesn't score he does get quite frustrated, and I think that's fair enough. We did win our qualifier against that team we played. We drew 2-2 in the first game and then got a 1-0 win in the second. Ferry actually didn't start that game. We did start Florian IA, but I think Ferry definitely has his spot in this team. But a lot of positions have changed. Centre back has completely changed. It was Diamand last year who was there, and now he's gone. We also have in the midfield, but Masson is still in this team. He's come back from his leave of absence now. Gurasi is looking like a very good player. We did want him on a permanent deal, but it just proved too expensive. He comes from Inter Milan, so obviously a very respectable talent with a lot of potential, as you can see there. I think we do have a deal on him, but I think it will be too expensive in the end. Maybe we can sign him. Hopefully we get a big injection of funds. That would always be nice, but I don't really see it happening, so I just don't know really. We also have changes in the attack as well. We've got Dadari is still in this team. I think he will be leaving at the end of the season unless we cash in on him, but we won't get loads for it, which is why I don't really want to. Lavelli is out this team. Diamanda's out this team. Just a lot of changes to this team, really, compared to the one of before. But this is what it's all about, staying dynamic. I think our transfer window has potential to prove well if these boys can go and do well. But we just have to see, really. We've got Mayete, who's starting in at centre-back, which is a nice thing to see, really. He's a leadership figure. He's fought for his position. He was there since the start, and he was actually playing centre-back, and I think he is, to be honest, a very, very capable player. I mean, he's got, overall just a very good profile, 29 years of age. He wants to stay at this club. He's very happy to stay here. And I think alongside whoever will pair him at centre-back, whether that is Pascozzi, Rocca, and Al Masoudi, we've just got so many players who could potentially play in that position. It's all things we have to figure out. I don't know what Ferry has done there. I think it does go out for a corner, actually. In the end, after 55 minutes here, Ruben Vargas, he got the first goal for us. He's going to look to play this ball in. Where will he go? It's to the edge of the area. Can we win it back nice and high up the pitch down this right hand side? Are the opposition going to advance, or are we going to win it back? That's very good work from Zarkelen, who is playing on this left hand side, and he is going to look to progress with it in the number 11 shirt, which I believe is the one that Lavelli wore, so we decided to give it to him. He's still advancing. He could go all the way. It is cut out. And at the end, I think we're putting on a very, very good display here. I just don't know what it is in the league, why we can never see him to turn up. It's very, very weird, because we have never really turned up. Here's Nacho Ferry, though, in the middle, and he's quite unlucky to not get his header away there, but he was put a bit off balance. It's just a very weird one, if I'm honest. I feel like we've only ever done well in the league because we have very good runs at the end of the season. And it's just a weird one, probably because we don't have as much to focus on. But last year, I can't remember what we got into the championship group and finished 6th. So far we've had 6th, 4th and 6th, which is not too bad, to be honest, but I feel like we could definitely doing better, and so far we've not done well at the start of the league at all. It's just not been the priority for us at all, and the mentality clearly has not seemed to develop at all. But maybe if we rotate some of these boys, give them their chance in the league, it could work out. Something we'll have to ponder. Here is Rath. Ferry is at the inside of the post, and then in the end Ruben Vargas has scored again. This guy could have a starting place in this team. There was definitely I wasn't necessarily considering having him as like a main player, a player this team is built around, but if he's going to keep scoring the goals and playing well, he has played well in the few games that he has. I mean, with Dadari on the way out, if Vargas signs at the end of the season, maybe he gets a starting spot in this team. Dadari will have to fight for his place coming back into it, and the good thing about Vargas is that he can play in a number of positions. I feel like these very good players can always do that, these high level players, and he can play in all those positions. We needed we needed some attacking depth with players going out, and I think we got that in Vargas, and then in Reverson as well, who I probably will consider bringing on. But the attackers had a very, very good game, and we can be happy with the way they've played. Mayete with a shot from range, it's ducking and dipping, but it's not going to be enough in the end. But the good thing is we are going to pick up 3 points on the opening day here. I'm going to bring on Al Masoudi. He can play at right back. Obviously we do like that inverted role in at right back, so that is what we'll be looking to go and do here. Just want to go and check what's I feel like these positions need to be swapped. Is this the right way round? I don't particularly think it is, actually, because of the it is actually, because it's the inverted wing back who moves in there, so it'll be Kwasi and Gurasi. Lovely bit of rhyming there when they are required. I'm going to leave Vargas on. I think I'm going to bring Rath off and put Reverson. He can play in that attacking midfielder position and at striker as well. He is a very, very capable player. I don't think we looked at his abilities too much, but he's clearly alright if he got all those goals last year. And at 27 years of age, still got a bit left in the tank. We do have to be wary of Vargas's energy levels. I'm going to bring Segura off. I think we'll bring Javier Fernandez, give him some minutes. Gurasi will bring off as well for Masson. And then if we want to make a centre-back change, probably Pascozzi, we will bring him on. Pascozzi's been here a few seasons. I feel like he is the natural front-runner to be going and playing in at centre-back alongside Mayete. But I think, there's just a lot of signings. I don't think there's been one standout sign at centre-back, because it's just difficult to get standout players. I feel like the ones that we have got were on, free deals, like Diamand was a free deal, Dadari, we also had Lavelli. They were all free deals, and we just got very lucky. I think the money we have is a lot of money, but I think it's enough money to build a squad, but you can't really pull in the star players. The priority I obviously made was to kind of get the scouting range up, but I just don't think we have the money to then facilitate for it, which is quite frustrating really. Maybe if we'd have just like one season where we raised the money, we could get an absolutely insane player. We do have some very good players, but maybe we need that profile at centre back. Who really knows? I'm going to bring Mayete off. Do we have one more change? No, we don't. I don't want to bring Dadari on because he is returning from injury and we don't really need Florian Ia to be brought on in this game. We do have the goals, and Ferry is doing alright for himself in this game as well. There is a goal conceded by us there. I don't know why we are taking our time. There's a substitution at the bottom. We'll go and get this sped up unless we go and kick off. We do. Here's Kwasi on the ball. He's had a very good few seasons. He did still obviously play for us last year. Is there any way to go check? I feel like it's just been the one season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has. He did very well in the league, and then now he's obviously starting in that position. He's a very consistent player. I think he does very well in that position that he plays in the midfield when he does invert, and I think defensively he is quite solid as well. He's on that far side. He must have taken that set piece. He finds Al Masudi and Vargas is on the ball. You feel like Vargas might just go and shoot from range if he can find the chance. He tries to find Revison in the middle there. I think that's something I'm going to start doing, rotating the team a little bit more, especially with the depth that we have. Some quite quality depth as well. Here is Vargas on for his hat-trick, and he does get it. Ruben Vargas, absolute legend. He's gone and got his third goal of this game. Absolutely incredible stuff. I'm sure he'll be absolutely buzzing with that. We've absolutely blown away the opposition here, and we have set out a very good tone going into this Conference League season. Who knows what's going to happen, but if we continue to play like this, I'm sure we'll do alright. Up to the place, the first time I think we've ever been in the top 8, and we've done a bit for our goal difference as well. The full-time whistle goes, and it's a good display here in the Conference League. And the team for this game against Black Stars into the Cup, I just thought I'd put out there, there's no Nils Frolling today. He has been out with an injury for around 3 weeks, and he does have another 3 weeks to go there. The team is fully rotated apart from Ostrinsky in goal. We've got a back line of Chiesa, one of our youngsters, Onstein, who can actually play this game, Al Masudi and Pascozzi. I'm going to swap these two around and actually play that there. We've got my son Fernandez, Revison in the middle, Dadari starts on the left, Vargas actually does stay in the team on the right, and then Florian Ia is up top. Kick-off here in this game. There's an early chance for us. We're playing in this, I don't even know how to describe it, McDonald's kit, but Dadari scores here. The stadium's gone absolutely silent. We are playing in our away stadium here, and Dadari's gone over to the fans. It looks like it might be a bit of an interesting game, and you know what, I'm going to go very attacking. If we can get some goals going here, I'm sure this will do bits for these players' confidence. Obviously the team is fully rotated apart from Ostrinsky, but to be fair, Ostrinsky is returning from injury, and Albert is probably the best second goalkeeper I've ever had. He never complains. He's had a good run of form now. He does get a few games every season as well, to be fair. We should probably give him the cup games just because of how much of a legend he is. I think he came through our academy as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, as you can see there. And he's got himself 4 games in the league, 7 games so far this season. He had 1 sub appearance last year, none the season before. 3 starts there, to be fair to him. He's not bad at all. So, we've got to give him credit where credit's due. He is probably the most unsung hero of this whole team. And he picked up a Swiss Cup trophy, medal at the end of last season. So I'm sure he won't be too bothered by that. 20 minutes gone here in this game. Dadari finds himself on the ball. He's going to go out to Onstein here, who will get his debut. Hopefully he has a good game. Maybe, we start to consider him a little bit more to bring him in potentially. I mean, he has some very good attributes overall, but I just think I think there's better options. It's as simple as that. But Florian Ia does score here. He's assisted by Ruben Vargas. It's 2-0 after 20 minutes. It's been an absolute goal fest in today's episode. I think that ball, by the way, has just hit one of their players from the goalkeeper, who's kicked it away in frustration. We are absolutely all over the opposition here. They're playing a 5-back, and it's still not doing anything for them here. It's going to go out to this near side here, where we're going to look to try and win it back nice and early. Onstein, it's a bit of a mistake, and they could be in behind here. The shot does go in. It smacks off the crossbar. We've got to give the benefit of the doubt to Onstein there. Not too sharp. Then it was probably a difficult ball to read, but he's got to be doing a little bit better there, to be honest, as the Black Stars here looking like they will have a bit of possession. It's out to this right hand side, but Chiesa does well. He's one of the youngsters who got a lot of minutes at the end of last season, at the start of this season, and then now he's getting another game in the cup. It's always nice to bring in a youngster to the team. That's what we've done. Dadari finds Florian IA. Now, if we take a look after this chance, what I'm going to explain, here's Vargas. Can he look to square it once again? Who can he find? He's not able to. It's going to fall out to an opposition player here on the counter. Dadari is actually naturally a left winger, but we have always played him in at right wing, and this could be. I mean, we do have Zarkalen, who is a very good player. There's a lot of competition now in the attack. Reverson is looking like a very good player as well. There's at least 2 players fighting for every position, especially when Froling comes back. We'll have on the left Zarkalen, Froling on the right, Dadari, Vargas in the number 10 position, Reverson and Rath. We have Florian IA and Nacho Ferry. It's very nice to have, really. And then as well in the midfield we have Masson, Fernandez, Segura all competing, and then at the back is just ridiculous. It's nice to have a full squad. I think that's quite an important thing, really, and a squad as well where the playing time is managed really well, because I feel like we've had issues in recent seasons, particularly last season. It was a real problem where players were just unhappy with the minutes that they were getting, but I think we've agreed deals, and especially as well for players like Florian IA. I think he'll be very happy with his deal, because he's still getting a lot of minutes, and already in this season he's gone and got himself a goal in the Conference League. Has he played in the league? Surely he has played in the league. Yeah, he has. That hasn't done much there. There is a goal here for the opposition. Maybe they do get back into this game, but Florian IA did get himself a start in the league, a start in the Conference League, and now has got himself a start in this one, and has got himself a goal. So we can't complain. I still think he is a very solid striker, and it's nice to finally get along with him, because I feel like we've had a very love-hate relationship with him. But ultimately, if we ever look back on Florian IA, I think we'll remember him as a very good servant and a very good player. In fact, here is Vargas. He's running down this right wing. He's had an absolutely immense game. He finds Florian IA. It's going to fall out to Dadari with the shot that smacks the crossbar. It's over the gate, and I think that ball will be going to the fans at the end of the match here. 65 minutes gone. We can make some changes, but there isn't really priority. I've just remembered I didn't bring Kwasi, which was a bit of a mistake. I think Chiesa can play out the whole game. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be in this team much. He is registered for those registration rules, which came to buy us with the deal for Onstein, but I think Onstein will be getting another game. Reverson is in there. Lovely little run from him, and he has got his first goal for the club as well. It's another assist for Dadari, which takes him up to ridiculous numbers. It's very nice to see that, even when a lot of Dadari's, to be fair, not a lot of them, but Lavelli, who used to play those balls into the back post, there is still players who are finding him up top. I'm saying that, like, a lot of the team has changed. I don't think it has. It's just that a lot of new players have come in when the bench was a bit thin last year. We're gonna, I think it's good. We're gonna have to find a place once again for Nils Froling, but I don't see why not. I think he's genuinely the most consistent player this team has seen. It's just a shame he does get hit with a few injuries every now and again. He started last year with that ACL injury, and now at the start of this season will be out for up to 6 weeks. He's already done about half of that, but it is a bit of a shame, really, that is the case for him. But I said when we were at 1860 Munich that I felt like he is a player with a lot of potential. He could be a good player, and it was a very good deal to bring him to Servette, because he is exactly that. There's a ball to the back here for the opposition. That goal was disallowed. I don't remember that happening, but apparently it did. We're going to offer up our praise to these boys who have obviously done very well in this game. A 3-0 win, comprehensive display, a fully rotated team as well. Who it's not bad thing to rotate, but the problem with rotating, in my opinion, is the kind of the team bonding and the kind of the familiarity with playing with each other and in the system as well. Especially if there's players who haven't had many minutes, it can get quite problematic. But in this game, it's not proved to be much of a problem at all. Going to make some changes. Going to bring Gurasi on there. I'm going to leave Florian IA on. I think I'll bring Kudusu on for my Saudi there, and then we'll make those final changes. It's been a very good game for a lot of these boys, and they can be very happy with that. I think we'll be seeing a lot of these boys in the next cup game, should we play there. And overall, it's been a very, very good episode. The full-time whistle's going to go 2 wins, 7 goals, and a very successful day in both competitions. So there you have it, a successful day. Hopefully this carries on into the league for the next few games. We've got 3 games in a week, so give us your best wishes. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all this little tune, and I'll see you all for another video soon. Thank you, bye bye.